Should you really buy or sell residential real estate during a COVID-19 pandemic? I answer that question in this episode. Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Really appreciate you guys tuning in here. Hey, before we dive into this episode about whether or not it is safe to buy or sell a home during the COVID-19 pandemic, I want you to be able to follow me on social media. If you're not doing that already, go ahead and do that quick, or do it after the video. That's fine, but make sure that you do that so you don't miss out on other videos that I upload, as well as this show, which I upload every week, for those of you who don't know. For those of you who do know and are returning, I really appreciate all the views that I get and the questions that I get as well. They help fuel this show. Now, one more thing here is, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out, okay? Now, is it really safe to buy or sell a home during this pandemic? And I know, like a lot of you, you're probably sick of hearing about COVID-19. I know I am. I'm hoping we're on the tail end of it. The recording of the show, it's early December 2020, so hopefully we are coming to an end, right? Hopefully. And I hope that every one of you watching is healthy and safe and feeling great, okay? Now, with that said though, we're gonna get back on topic about real estate. And so a lot of people ask me, should I really be going into homes, right? If I'm looking to buy, or if I'm selling a home, should I really have people walking through my home? And so I just want to share with you some topics. Now we're going to start with, should you be out looking at homes? And this is a great question. Now, my answer is yes. And I'll tell you why, because while there are guidelines that buyers and buyers agents should be following, it's still relatively safe. The majority of the time, at least when I'm showing homes, it's usually a small amount of us. So it's one or two buyers. Sometimes they have kids or whatnot, which I would obviously recommend not bringing the kids when you're looking at homes with your agent, unless it's something serious. Maybe you're doing a second showing or whatnot. But when you're going out and you're looking at homes, you know, the same thing applies to it if you're going to a store. And that's, you just want to make sure that you have your sanitizer in your pocket, that you're not, you know, opening up cupboards and, you know, closets and things like that unless you have to. If you have gloves, that's great. Dispose of them properly after every house you see. Don't wear the same gloves from house to house. So yeah, there are things that you have to really focus on more. Now, pre-pandemic, I've never been a fan of opening cupboards and doing all that stuff, right? I don't even like touching other people's items and whatnot. Call me OCD, okay? But for the most part, you know, there's really no need to be opening up cupboards, especially in kitchens and things, because I mean, we know what it typically looks behind that. So now opening up closet doors, I can see that, because you want to see how they have the storage and the shelving and all that fun stuff in the closet. But there are things that buyers have to do, right? So just make sure that you're not touching things that you don't have to touch. Wipe down things. You know, I show homes, I don't just do videos, right? And so I bring out the Lysol wipes, and I make sure that I wipe down the lockbox before I even access it. And then before I leave, when I put the keys back in, I wipe it down too. So little more work, however, it's worth it. Now I want to share with you a benefit of shopping for homes during a pandemic, right? It's because you have less competition. Now, you know, I'm in the Southeast Michigan market. We're seeing homes fly off the market, provided that they're priced right. And so you may not have time to, you know, you might not have very little competition right now. But you will still have less, because there's still people out there right now that are like, well, I'm just gonna wait to move until after this pandemic's over, right? So it can be beneficial to get out there and kind of go against the tide to get a better deal. And sometimes sellers again, depends on the market, okay? But sometimes sellers are more eager to work with a buyer on price as far as, you know, wanting their house sold. So that could work to your advantage, looking for homes during a pandemic or some other type of thing that is going on, like election stuff, right? For some reason, elections sometimes affect people's thinking when they buy or sell real estate. It's weird because I don't think it really happens that way when you're buying cars or other things, but when it comes to homes, some people are reserved and they're waiting or whatnot. So, but that's a whole nother topic. Now, if you're looking to sell a home and it's a pandemic, then obviously you have to make it easier for the buyers. You don't want them coming into a dark house, right? When you go to leave, which you should, as a seller, homeowner, you should be leaving when there are showings scheduled, okay? Let the buyers look. But what you can do as a seller is you can turn on all the lights, okay? Maybe open closet doors, leave them open enough to where they can look, where they don't have to touch that doorknob, right? Make things as easy as possible. Maybe even go out on a limb and leave face masks and gloves at the door where they're gonna be entering, right? Which is typically where the lockbox is. You can provide these things that can be expensive, but when you're looking to sell a home, you know, you really gotta kind of put out all the stops. Now, as I said earlier, when it comes to buyers and buyers agents, they should have this stuff, and a potential buyer should have this stuff on them, their own sanitizer, their own gloves, their own whatever the case may be, spray, whatever it is, right? Okay, but as a seller, yeah, it is safe for the most part. Now, I'm not a healthcare professional, okay, God bless them, they know what they do well, you know, and they know that arena, but I can tell you that, you know, you should be able to have your house on the market and have showings scheduled. Now, on a personal opinion note, I would not have open houses. If you do, then your listing agent should be only allowing maybe at the maximum 4, depending on your state's guidelines, but 4 people coming in at once. You don't want to have a large amount of people coming through an open house. So that could be one thing that you basically eliminate for now is having an open house and just have scheduled showings. I'm actually more of a fan of scheduled showings anyway. It's safer in general if you don't have a lot of people going through your house at once, right? They can schedule a showing. If they have an agent, right, they're not, you know, looky-loo neighbors, right, coming in to check out your house. You want to make sure that you have a small amount of people, okay, typically about 4 to 5 people in your home. If you go the open house route, then yes, keep it low. And people will understand. I mean, we're in a pandemic. It's been all over the news, right? You should do this, should do that. Whether you agree with it or not, there should not be a large amount of people at one time in your home if you're looking to sell. So my bottom line is, yes, I feel it's safe to get out and buy or sell real estate, especially selling now. Like, we're in a market, you know, we're seeing, again, it's December 2020, we're seeing mortgage rates at a 14-week low, right? We're breaking records, okay? Right now, I think the national average is 2.71. And one of these weeks, I think 3 weeks ago, it went up once to 2.84, which was still under the record. So, you know, that's really impressive, and that's what's really driving the market right now. So I hope this was valuable to you guys. Again, be sure to follow me on social media. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And if you'd like to receive this weekly in your email, then go ahead and visit it'sallabouttherealestate.com. There's a pop-up that pops up. You can put in your information, your name, your email, and this will get emailed to you, this show, as well as other valuable videos once a week. It's a value-packed email that you will get. So I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Hope you guys stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. I appreciate you watching. Thanks everyone for watching this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. Be sure to visit the links in the description below to pick up your copy of my real estate book, Think Like a Realtor. It's a little book about buying and selling residential real estate through the eyes of a realtor. It's real world advice, tips, Whether you're a new agent in the business or you are a home buyer or even looking to sell a home, this is great advice. So I really appreciate it. If you guys visit those links, pick up your copy, and go ahead and share a review, good or bad, if you like it, if you hate it, okay? But get your copy today. Thank you.